Good evening. Welcome to 5 Day with Jay. I am your host, J.R. Murdock. Thank you so much for joining me. So glad you're here. It's Monday evening. Let's first talk about Friday evening's discussion slash video slash if you follow along. Let me just give you a brief update. I believe one of the reasons that my stepfather was so much on my mind when I talked on Friday was I've been reading Will Wheaton's blog, and Will Wheaton has been talking about how he essentially separated himself from his parents. He's separated all contact. He wants nothing to do with them. And I would never seek to compare myself with the situation I was in, with the situation anyone else was in. Every situation when it comes to abuse is different and unique, and everyone has their own way of dealing with it and coming to terms with it, some not always in a pleasant manner. And that's all I wanted to say about that. I believe that's where my mind was at, and that's why I was thinking about it. And again, I don't believe I need to give that any more oxygen, which is away it goes. Number two, puppy sitting. The My wife and I, we got to puppy sit a majority of the weekend. My favorite daughter and the boy were here over the weekend. They did stay with us, but they were off doing their things, and they would leave the puppies here because they had a lot to do and a lot going on, and they couldn't be dragging the dogs with them. So hey, we got to puppy sit all weekend long, which was it. It's a roller coaster when you got go from one dog in the house who you're trying to work with and train to three dogs in the house. It's like, oh my, look, all this activity. Three dogs would be a handful, but it was fun. Definitely love having the puppies over. Love puppy sitting. Don't mind it whatsoever. It got new puppy sweaters for the Coda, the smallest one. Absolutely adorable, and just took care of the puppies over the weekend. Number three, I did a review yesterday for Las Tres Catrinas, and I never knew that the Day of the Dead, the skull faced women, were Catrinas. I didn't know that. I learned something new every day. So there's a new restaurant in Chula Vista. My sister in law Gloria is like, hey, I wanted to try this place out. It just opened. We went and tried it out. They've only been open for a month and a half. Incredible food. They've got vegetarian and vegan options. They can make things vegetarian or vegan for you. Great food. It's a little on the spendy side, but so worth it. It was so good. They do have live music and a DJ at times. Not when we were there, but we do want to go back when they have live music. Just hey, see what it's about. Go check it out. Go have a good time. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. They're working on expanding the place, so that's going to be incredible. Number four, I am working on putting Golden West together as a trilogy. So I will have one ebook, one print book, and I'm going to do it as my very first hardcover book to have all three in the whole trilogy combined in one collection. Working on it, haven't gotten there yet. Just, life. I did get some writing done in GRPC 3 over the weekend. Very excited where that's going. I want it backing up a bit and removing a couple thousand words because I was like, okay, I wasn't sure exactly where I was going with this, but let's smooth that out and make it a better runway and try it again. Still love where the story's going. Just it's kind of abrupt change that I had made in there. So I, like I said, went back a couple thousand words, smoothed it out, began moving forward again. Didn't quite make the 2,000 words back, but hey, we'll get there. NaNoWriMo's coming up. I do intend to participate in NaNoWriMo, which is writing 1,667 words a day over an entire month to write 50,000 words. I know I can do that. I know I can exceed that should I sit down and put in the time. It's a matter of getting my butt in the chair and doing the work. That's what it is. But number five. Wow. I wanted to talk about something my mom told me a long time ago. And this was when I was probably 14, 15 years old. My brother and I were moving to, no, it was 13? 13. My brother and I were moving out to live with my dad. And my mom was very sad. Obviously, her two boys were leaving, going off to live with their father, far away in Colorado from Minnesota. I told her, Mom, you don't need to worry, we'll be with our dad. And my mom told me, you won't understand this until you're older. I will always worry about you. And this wasn't the only time she told me that. She told me that when I joined the Navy and I came back home to visit her before I joined and headed off. And she said, and I told her, Mom, don't worry, I'm going to be fine. Bird, you don't understand. It doesn't matter how old you get, I will always be your mother and I will always worry about you. Come later in life, I got out of the Navy. I'm living in San Diego, starting a band. Mom, you don't need to worry. I'm fine. I'm fine. Still, the same thing would come up. I'm your mother. I will always worry about you. It doesn't matter how old you get or how well you're doing. I will always worry. Even after I got married, had a child, had a successful career, she still worried about how I was doing, and I began to worry about how she was doing. Having a child made me realize what she meant. I trust my daughter explicitly. I trust her boyfriend completely. But there's always that little worry in the back of your mind that there's something out of their control that might happen. This weekend, when we were puppy sitting, they drove to Phoenix to meet the boy's sister so they could meet her halfway and then come back. It's a long drive. They drove out there, then drove back on Friday. And then today they drove out there again and then drove back. Long drive both times. When I was younger, I used to hop in my car from Seal Beach, just south of Long Beach, California, and drive to San Diego and then drive back just for fun, just to get up and go. I would drive north until I was in complete darkness and turn around and come back. I'd drive 4 or 5 hours just for something to do. I loved taking road trips. I loved driving. My dad used to always take us on road trips all the time, and it was a lot of fun. And I never really thought about that when I'm doing that, there might be somebody at home that's worrying. And now I understand what my mom meant. My daughter she has her own life going. She has her own things happening. She does her own thing. And it's hard for me when she leaves to realize, okay, she is out of my sight, out of my control. You want to always be there and protect her and watch over her, but I can't. She's her own person doing her own thing. I need to understand and appreciate that, but it will never make it any easier. I will still always worry. I'll still always be concerned because I love her. When my wife goes off to go do her workouts, I worry, okay, she can't see her. I don't know where she's at, so I'm going to be concerned until she gets back. It's human nature. I know my wife, she gets concerned when I go somewhere by myself, and she worries until I come home. Let me know when you're on your way. Um, it's understandable, and I as I've gotten older, I've come to understand what my mom meant when she said that it doesn't matter how old somebody gets, or how safe and secure they are. There's always that little bit of worry. There's always that little bit of concern, and it's hard to overcome. But let me just say, I am so proud of my daughter and Omar and everything they do and everything they accomplish. That doesn't change the fact that I will never stop being worried about them when they go somewhere. I will always, want to know, hey, how things going? You're all right? Everything going good? And it's not that I don't trust them or I think they're in danger. It's a parental thing. It might even be a relationship thing. Like I said, I worry about my wife when she goes somewhere by herself, and I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that it took me so long to understand what my mom meant. I might have lived through a majority of the years when I was experiencing what my mom had explained, but it wasn't until probably earlier this year when it really started to ring true. I don't know. It's strange. It's strange the things that you think about and when you think about them, the things that come to mind. But anyway, I'm always concerned about you. I'm glad you're here with me. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I'm They're going to make the short one tonight because it's late. It's with the puppies sitting. It's just like watching babies. You get up multiple times a night to take care of things. It's just the way it is. At any rate, I'm tired. I'm going to cut this one short. I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. We'll do this again tomorrow. It's been 5 Days with Jay. I've